Welcome to Watch Cringe episode 52. We're here with Jonathan Ferrer of Brew Watches. They are retro, coffee-inspired watches, and we're sitting in the basement of Windup.
It's a storage room, not a basement.
We're here.
We got you trapped. So, okay, ready? It's a Watch Cringe tradition to start off new guests in the show with some icebreakers.
Bring it on. Let's do this.
It's just really easy icebreakers. We just have
Easy.
two of them, and then you have one for us.
Okay.
Yeah. You wanted to interview us, right? So
Yes.
there we go.
So I'm not sure if all my facts are straight because we had an intern write this, but you said in Basel World 2017 that the best coffee is free trade, not fair trade, and you said that if you can't taste the exploitation, then it ain't real coffee. Expand on that.
Oh, this is in 2017, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. I don't know.
It's been some time since Basel World.
Have your views changed? You still believe it?
Coffee should be free for everyone, of course.
Oh, look at that. This guy's a fucking politician.
Yeah.
All right. Elephant in the room. Everybody wants to know, have you ever made coffee with leftover pasta water or hot dog water?
Ooh, that's a great question, especially being in New York City. I mean, I don't like to be wasteful, right? Especially with all the hot dog water that we have here.
You hear that? Brew cares about the environment.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
waste
sustainable.
Sustainability is important to the watch community.
Now, what's your turn? Now it's your turn, is what I meant. I'm sorry. I've been up till 6 in the morning, and it's now 9:45.
What's the thing that you dread most about coming to Windup?
Having to get in front of a camera.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm here with you today. This is great.
Getting drunk unexpectedly.
You got to move in a little.
Why do you say
gotta get cozy.
unexpectedly? You know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I like to think I'm better than, some of the things we do. I'm not.
What's the worst thing you've done on this trip so far?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't done anything bad yet. I
Okay.
mean, nothing I can talk about.
Well,
I
we
think
got another day
police
left,
might
right?
see it.
Well, we wanted to split this up in 3 quick parts.
Okay.
Talk about you, talk about the brand, and then talk about cars. Pretty quick.
Let's do it.
All
Rapid
right.
fire.
Movado. You
6
were a design intern.
Yes.
So what was that like?
6-month internship
Okay.
at Movado. So yeah, I learned how to do drawings, learned about manufacturing, and I think that's where I got hooked into watches. Yeah, 2013, 12.
You weren't into watches before at all, were you?
Not as much.
Okay,
Knew
okay.
about it, but not as in depth.
Okay.
See, I like Movado. It's my favorite brand because before I could tell the time on a watch, I would wear a Movado, and people would ask me what time it is, I would say 1/2 big dot.
Yeah, it's the big dot.
It's the big dot. You think you might want to incorporate that into Brew at some point, to like a throwback?
Yeah, but instead of 12, I might put it at 6. That way, there's no trademark infringement.
I like that.
smart.
And then they can just wear it upside down, and it's still...
Yeah,
still-
it's a lefty at
yeah,
6.
It's a lefty at 6. Yeah.
Exactly.
Something like that, anyways.
Rolex did it.
So how's the dating life for you, John?
Oh, well, without going too in depth, I'm in a relationship.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry, that's no fun.
And what's her
man.
name and address?
123 Fake Street.
Yes. Adjunct professor at New Jersey Institute of Technology, right?
Yes.
How's that? Are you still doing it or
No, I don't have time for that anymore.
brew fully?
Yeah, brew has been like very, very heavy in terms of like time consumption.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll still go back to the school every now and then and give presentations or just like go to different facilities. They have like maker spaces. They do like small manufacturing. And, you go there, visit friends, see what the students are working on, and just,
How long did you do that?
I was going back and forth to school for like 8 years.
Okay.
8
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. And then you say to yourself, like, everybody wants to get out of school. Why would anybody go back to school?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's like so many conundrums where people are like, if you can't do, then you teach, or like, don't go back to school because you're not doing your own thing. But I found this more of a fulfilling thing because, one, you're sharing things, so you're teaching people. And then in doing so, you're learning about yourself. So you're learning your skills, but
You're
they're
learning
also teaching.
about how cool you are in stock.
Well, it's
Not
it's
at
the
all.
idea of like to be able to teach something, you have to truly kind of be a master at it, right?
Yeah.
It helps you explain it to yourself better after a little while.
Yeah, I didn't realize how fulfilling it was. Because also when you're working on things so much, you're just in the zone. You're just rapid fire, just like sprinting in your industry. When you're teaching, you're taking a moment to pause, and by sharing with others, you're like, wow, I've got a lot of information I can share, and you don't even realize it. And you're not commercializing it. It's just for the good.
Have you ever stolen any student designs?
Yeah,
for
maybe
brew.
that's why you were there for so long.
Yeah.
huh?
Student, you know what? You think that, right?
I don't know.
It's never good. They know that.
What do we got next? Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Should I hit that one then?
Sure.
Okay, well,
Oh, no.
some of our fans have recognized you from the NBC Dateline series To Catch a Predator. How was that experience, and were you running from Chris Hansen when you got in that flat tire in your F8?
It was expunged.
Cut it.
Cut it, end the show.
So, I like brew. I don't have a lot of money. Clearly, I have coffee on my shirt, you know.
I don't know. What are you wearing today?
A circula
No, I'm not worried about that one.
and some Hanes underwear.
And not that I'm worried about the watch, but the no money part.
The ball pit
Whoa,
watch, McDonald's ball pit.
balls.
And I'm wondering, so you like coffee. Folgers is the best, obviously.
He dodged a question. Did you see that? He
don't know, man.
deflected.
I don't know.
Deflected?
He deflected.
Can I buy a brew with some bags of coffee? And what's the exchange rate?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, good ones. Let's see. Exchange rate. I would say like maybe like 100 bags of coffee.
How much is that? Like at least $1,000?
That's like 14
What kind of
bags.
fucking... Y'all are getting fancy coffee. You've kind of tried to stay more accessible price range. Do you ever see yourself moving up market? Not
Yeah.
moving, but having something up market?
Yeah, of course. So one of the things that I learned, especially with my own taste, is it's like a journey, and you're climbing up this ladder, and eventually you get to a point where you fall off once you've kind of outgrown it, right?
And you kick the ladder behind you.
You kick it.
No one's
Nobody
coming
else
up
goes.
here.
And so I'm like, you know what? I don't want this to be the end of my journey, and just in terms of interest and entertainment value. Like, I want to be having a good time, and I noticed that a lot of the audience members feel the same. And so, direct answer to that is yes. It's going to be much more high end, if I could put it that way, in terms of like mechanics and finishing and just overall product value, not just price point. That follows after,
Right.
But the build quality.
Yeah. So, well, I was going to say, let's take it back a little. So you started this in 2015 on a Kickstarter, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
And the first year was not profitable.
No,
But now you're selling 15,000 watches a year, right?
possibly.
That's what an article is. That's actually a true fact. I actually
the-
picked that up somewhere.
Did you?
I did.
He looked at
ya?
your books.
Did you? I looked at your books, dude. I paid your accountant. I know you're cooking the books.
You can't pay him.
Oh, he's
So-
a good man.
Okay, so how did you get from Kickstarter to where you are now?
Yeah.
What are some of the steps?
That's an honestly like really good question. And all these have been good questions, just in different facets.
You don't have to lie.
but keep on doing that. 'Cause
Yeah,
it makes
keep
me
on.
feel
We like
good.
it.
Okay. Yeah, going from like Kickstarter. So basically from like nothing to something a little bit more substantial and real, and I would say sustainable as a business. You don't have to worry about the lights going off next week. But for the first 3 years you did, or I did. And it was crazy. And I would say people first, right? So like building a strong network of people that are like-minded and smarter and faster than you are to lend educational things.
So we
whether-
wouldn't qualify.
You see, that's the coolest part. Everybody attributes their own special skills, and you guys know an absolute ton. And so just even spending time with you guys every year, like you learn something new. Everybody has something to share. So that exponentially over the course of 9 years led to the success. It's not what people think of good product in the right price and the right time. That's like the dumbed down version. I would say like first and foremost is like the people, the network, and the main mission. So as long as your mission's authentic and real, and the person or people behind it are, let's just say they have a good agenda and objective. And I would say I had a real true objective to make this work. People know, and I would say that's been the longevity and success.
People can pretty easily fish out somebody that's not genuine and
Yeah, it
they'll
gets
be
filtered
gone
out
real
quick.
quick,
Passionate.
but
You need the passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like obsessed in it in the most healthy way. And even though like for the first 5 years, it was like toxic. It was so bad because nobody knows.
People are like,
when they say, how is it? You smile, you say, it's the best thing ever. But in reality, you're like, gosh, like this is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's the next step. But you
Oh,
just
man.
keep pushing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until you find a hole.
And then you jump.
So before, like, so you came up with the name Brew. But
Yeah.
were there other names that you thought, like
Yeah.
maybe like Bean?
Honestly, I went through all the most cliche names to tailor it to brew. It was like coffee time or like, what was it? Special blend. And I was going into the most cliche outlets.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Although it is true in some facet, let's just like reel it in. And just something I always knew, it's like the more simple it is, the easier it is to remember. And Brew was good because people are seeing it every day. So unconsciously, when I go into the coffee shop, it's like, oh, shoot, like that coffee brand. I'm ordering my drink. Oh, that coffee brand. How
That's
cool.
smart.
I'll say, I do have a friend who's just getting into watches. He has an Orient, like a cool solar Orient chrono, but he's big into coffee, and he immediately was like, Brew, Brew, Brew. I love Brew. That's the shit I want. So I don't know. It's pretty neat. People just know it.
Okay, and how many? You have a lot. You have like basically the metric and the retrograph, right? That's
Yeah,
like
good memory. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
I'm going to leave and let them do their thing.
Hey, we're in the downstairs basement of Wind Up. And
Is there an
there's
upstairs basement?
Yeah, I think there's an upstairs basement.
called the attic.
So you had the metric dial. I think in a video you said you had a metric dial is for people with creative pursuits, and the PVD black metric is for like a car nut. What would be a watch for someone like as unsavory as my friend here, Saul? What would be something that he would buy?
Maybe more in like the Richard Mill mindset. So I've had like cupcake sprinkles or
Woo! I could see him with that.
I will say that is the one RM I do like. I like
you
the
have
candy ones.
You know people.
See,
huh?
the Rolex is just because he couldn't get the Richard Mill yet.
Pretty much.
So this is just a stepping stage to the Richard Mill.
I just need
with
to
the
flip like
sprinkles.
16 of these to afford it.
Yeah, at least. Gosh.
At least.
Yeah.
And yeah. So next question. Did the boutique in New York ever happen?
No. And it's also because changing times. So I was going to do first floor, street facing, amazing. Walk in as you please. Changing times, you're going to have more characters than customers.
Is that an album? Changing Times?
Changing times. Yeah, changing straps and times.
So just things changed
now
up.
It's flipping to more of like a second floor loft space.
Ooh.
Boutique where you make an appointment
Ooh.
because number one is if you don't have an intimate great experience that's like hey I learned I had a great time, if you come into a first floor it's just like flip the watch in out, it's so transactional it defeats the main purpose and philosophy.
You don't want to just be a store.
I don't want to just be a store and just a number for the customer, so how can I make them feel more involved?
So would you try to be there for them to meet and greet?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a full-time job.
You heard that, folks.
Yeah. This is not getting passed off to the next person.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You have a kid?
No, that's why I'm able to do all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think about kids?
No, that's why I'm able to do all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
So a little more about the brand. You said they're hand assembled in Arizona. Is that FTP?
FTS.
FTS?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
FTS. Fine Timepiece Solutions. FTS. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that is
work with
them.
FTS. I've
Okay.
also worked a lot with like Hong Kong and overseas manufacturers for
Yeah.
everything from putting together the components, assembly as well. These days, I'm just looking for best solutions now, but also in the future because it's growing, right? And I don't want to just have one plan. So I'm trying to have contingencies and support where I can.
Good leader. You have multiple holes to go into.
Oh, God.
Quit talking about holes.
How was it working with Worn and Wound? You guys put up
They're such
release.
good folks. So now that was a more, I would say, challenging design. It's not for everybody. Just looking at it a glance, it's like
They
you
had
really need to know.
The three colorway. You had like red, blue, and what was
It's
the other?
such a unique
Moss
hue on
green.
each one.
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought
It's
it was
cool.
amazing.
You could thank Zach Weiss for the colorations.
Hi.
Oh, it's okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
No, it's
hi.
okay.
Come on in.
Yeah,
Come
come
on
in.
in.
Good.
Good.
How you doing?
You want to spread
Awesome.
the word?
You don't want to know.
The intro to something?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
No, you're good. So
The Worn and Wound collaboration. Zach Weiss, genius designer, really cool guy. Obviously, he knows watches.
Yeah.
Forwards and backwards, from high end to attainable. And so this project was something that he had a really good head around of, let's make this fun, attainable, but also like on brand for Brew, but especially like Worn and Wound.
Yeah.
And when you think of Worn and Wound, you think of like colorful, playful,
Yeah.
not too serious, but like good quality.
yeah.
And so like all these different attributes just came together, and especially through Zach's lens, because it was mostly Zach and myself working together to really bring this watch to life.
But you had that idea of creating that space to give back to your fans.
But it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Imagine if I gave an F8 to the fans.
Yeah. Or just give him a ride once a week. One lucky customer.
I don't mind.
And you can pick it up.
It's easier on the books, right? So I can write it off.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just smile
Yeah.
and say why I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, God. He
It's
is a
advertising.
business
It's advertising.
savant.
Oh boy.
All right. You take it over from
Yeah.
now.
So F8. Why F8? I'm curious.
It's artwork more than a car.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And like I think one of the not problems, but part of being in the watch industry is like we're such visual people, right? So you're always looking at the next beautiful Christopher Ward or maybe not that Rolex.
Woo!
But
what about the Jigsaw Day? I don't know.
no, but seriously, like that's a work of art. As cool as it is to sit inside, I enjoy it more just looking at the car than just sitting in some leather seat like any other car. So it's beautiful, and it was a milestone for me. Again, it's like from nothing to something more substantial. You know.
Saw the video of you, or the stories of you letting your parents check it out. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, Dad was excited.
Yeah.
Mom's like, "What did you do?"
So art, but why not something like a 488? Like, were there other options?
Yeah. So I've gone through the journey with all different products, right? So watches, right? Like you buy the Datejust, then you get the Sub, and then you get, I don't know, like a Daytona. And so you go through the different tiers. I've done that through my life with all different product types. And so I've learned sometimes it's better just to get the Daytona if you know you're going to end up there anyway. And so I've gone through cars and I'm like, you know what? Instead of getting a 458 or a 488 and kind of like trickling up, I'm like, well, save your time and just go to the one that you'll probably end up at anyway.
Is there an ultimate goal beyond that? Something that's just like not attainable anywhere in the near future, but you...
Yeah, it's a good question. I'll tell you that the best part of this is sometimes getting this out of your system, like experiencing it is nice. Oh, no, it's okay.
You're good.
Come
Welcome
in.
No, please,
Come on
please.
in.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, we're good.
That's what the room's really for.
Yeah, this is
awesome.
The quality that we bring.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I still love the bell canto though. Oh,
So,
gotta
yeah,
love
so
our
like,
neighbors.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, dream, aspirational.
It's not the car so much as the space. So the aspiration would be to have a beautiful space. Like I said, looking at it, it's so beautiful. That gives me fulfillment.
Okay.
So if I could build a space, probably not in a city, I don't know where it is, that I could have like the Ferris Bueller's Day Off garage, look at them, have your cafe, have friends come by and kind of like, it's cool having a car. It's fun having the car, the watch to share with people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so if I could build, let's call it like the garage, the center, whatever it is, that people can come by, check it out. And I'll probably like attach the watches in there. So that's the dream. And that's what I'm working on now.
You still have the, 991.2?
Yeah,
GT3
yeah.
RS?
It's such a better car for driving.
Yeah?
So much better.
I mean, that's part of the charm of Italian cars, right? They break.
Gotta fix
They
them.
they get expensive flats when you're running from Chris Hansen. So have you always been into cars, or is that kind of hand in hand with watches?
Yeah, so my father, he kind of got me into cars. He had like a 66 Mustang Fastback, and he was putting that together when we were kids, of course. And then we did the dirt bikes, the mini bikes, later motorcycles. So yeah, we've always been surrounded by it. So it's my father's fault.
What's the coolest car you can buy for under 20,000?
He's in the market.
For
Alright.
under 20.
Under 20, that's like Civic. You can't even get Civics these days.
Fuck.
They'll
Get
be
a
like,
ratty
we'll put you on the
Civic
list.
SI.
We'll put you on the list.
Oh man, anything else that you want to cover?
Just curious, for Watch Cringe in general, what kind of brew design would you put together? Would you have like a list
For a
of,
Watch Cringe?
Yeah. Would you put
Ooh,
like
I
a
like
list of
this.
like restraining orders on the back or
Oh my
something?
gosh!
Like,
Yeah, there would definitely have to be like contracts that you would need to sign before wearing this
Oh,
watch,
absolutely.
or sharing this watch.
it's a liability.
So by you handing it over to somebody, they would need to sign a contract.
It's just that litigious.
Yeah,
of a
and then
thing,
you
right?
can change the contract for every person that you're dealing with. So it depends on the situation, right? So what kind of situation do you think you'd be in to have that contract signed?
I think I would get kicked out of a lot of Starbucks wearing that. I don't
No. Another situation. That's too safe.
I don't know if we can put this on the internet. So Chris Hansen, right? I know him very well too.
Oh Jesus Christ!
No flats in my Corolla though.
Ooh. He has a Lexus with a Corolla license plate.
It's nice. It's carbon fiber plate.
He
Texas
pays
has
for
funny
vanity.
plates.
Yeah.
Irony.
Beautiful. Well, last question. Did you ever work as a barista?
Off the books, yes. So
How was that?
it's good. It's customer service.
Do you ever get kind of like bored, or you can't get your coffee too fast and you just Get some beans, chop them up, and snort a line of coffee bean.
Thought about it many times.
Maybe we'll try
Off the
that.
books, maybe.
Maybe
Off the books, maybe.
Any last words? I had another word, actually.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to take your failing brand to Watch Cringe to boost the stats? Because we're known for helping brands get to the next level.
I was hoping we could both prop each other up.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So,
Well-
who's paying for coffee?
Why are you
What
leaving
coffee?
off? Any other last words from John Ferrer?
I don't know. We're probably not going to be able to do this for years to come. I don't know. This is cool.
This is good stuff.
It is.
It's always fun hanging with John.
Well, especially in a basement
But
upstairs.
we need to do
storage
more
room.
circling like sharks.
You like
Yeah,
the circling
It was,
shit. Yeah,
I mean,
that was
it's
good.
never been done before.
20
in all the
camera angles.
and all the movie making time.
It's a Fellini film, honestly.
Is it?
I mean, that's what I thought it was.
It was pretty good.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, tune in next time. We're going to have someone else back here on the casting couch. Good night.
Good night.